Welcome to ModCast, a civilization podcast focused on modding.
Kenneth, Ferland,
Tony Kiehl,
John,
Wouter, Snijders.
Now, finally, Wouter's computer decides to function so that we can record this episode and not just pretend that we're recording this episode. Wouter, what do you have to say for yourself and your computer?
My computer is just fun.
I don't think so, Wouter. I don't think so.
He has a junk computer, everyone.
I think his computer was made in China.
All of our computers are made in China.
Yours is more made in China.
I think his was made by incompetent Chinese.
Hey, this thing's 7 years old and it's still running like a charm. How many people can say that?
Oh, see, there's the problem.
The fact that what's incompetent is you haven't bought a computer in 7 years.
Yeah, because this one has been so great.
Speak for yourself.
It's a great computer. It's only in the last year. The latest games I can't play, but anything from pre-2007 is just fine.
I'm upgrading to the new Intel i7,
Yep, me too.
That's coming...
I'm finally retiring this one.
Really?
Core i7, 12 gigs of RAM, GTX 280.
Oh, you guys are going to have matching computers then.
It's going to be a sweet system.
Wait. Where do you get all the money for a Core i7 and a GTX 280? I thought you were a European.
They have money too.
I have a job.
Oh. What do you do again, Wouter? Do you fix a computer or something?
Pretty much, yeah. Work in IT support.
Oh, that sounds dreadful. Fun. Dreadfully fun.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
All right. Welcome to ModCast episode 34. Today, we are joined with Wouter, Locutus, Snijders,
Hello.
Kenneth, Impaler WRG, Ferland,
Greetings, mortals.
John, BT Oz, Archer,
G'day, everyone.
and me, Tony, GarretSidzaka, Kiehl. So much, so little time. How quickly can we bore a listener? That's my question. How many seconds does it take to go from 0 to boredom?
I think they're already bored.
I think you just answered your own question, Tony.
Oh, really? With that awkward silence?
Yeah.
Awesome. That is awesome. I'm quite afraid that John's going to take off his pants if he hasn't already. So be careful.
Wait a minute, I'm in my dressing gown, thanks very much.
See, what did I tell you about wearing women's clothes, John? Only at the Rainbow Club.
Well, it's bloody 5 degrees Celsius. It's freezing cold in here, mate.
So you wear a giant muumuu?
A what?
A muumuu. You ever seen one of those?
No. I'm not like Homer Simpson. No.
And today in the Code Corner, we look at the Advanced Combat Odds mod by PieceOfMind.
Today in the Cartography Room, we look at the Across the Atlantic scenario by Morholt.
In the Modder Spotlight, we talked about the blue mod for Colonization by Deliverator, and about the new version of Planetfall, version 10 by Maniac, both hosted exclusively at ReplaySafe.com.
Code Corner, where we discuss SDK and Python mods or any other non-graphical mods in the Civilization 4 modding community.
And the actual files are on ReplaySafe, I believe.
Just don't ruin his fun.
They should be.
No, actually, Blue Mod is on CFC.
Well, I mean, that's what we want. We want one big happy community. I mean, posting threads on Apolyton, CFC, and ReplaySafe is probably a good idea if you're a modder.
Okay.
What we want to do is offer free hosting space, so that you can actually host the files without these weird rapid share things. You enter a code here, and then have to jump to another hoop here, and that's crap.
Yeah.
Please wait 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
And enjoy our advertisement.
Oh, I hate that.
Please click on our advertisement.
Everyone hates that. That is the bane of all modding.
Yeah, and get actually real download speeds rather than dial-up speeds.
Please pay $10.99 to become an advanced Uber-Duber user and download this without the bullshit.
Yeah. That was. I think CFC started that with recommending Atomic Gamer as their file host, which I'm assuming is the same server that Civ Fanatics is on. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so as well. They always had a lot of problems with the amount of file space they had available, and maybe I don't know if they solved that, but yeah. Well, you have WePlayCiv at least as an alternative now.
Yeah, and all you modders have to do to get some WePlayCiv love, just PM Wouter. Hey, Wouter, give me a whole FTP. It don't matter. We'll hook you up.
Yeah, exactly. We're still working on the FTP side of things. We want to automate that as much as possible. But we already have a file database. You can upload stuff now even without our help. But yes, it's a very large file. Probably a good idea to let us know that we can give you a FTP access or something like that.
Which really simplifies it.
Yeah.
And also, let's with that, we can also talk about a little bit of code, because that's the segment we're in, is the Code Corner.
Woohoo.
And did you recommend this one, Ken?
Yeah, this is called the Advanced Combat Odds mod by PieceOfMind. It's very recently added, just a few, month or two ago.
Ooh, this one's sexy.
Yeah. This greatly improves the little odds panel that you would get when preparing to do an attack on another unit. Normally you see a straight up, say, survival odds, this versus that, and you see an information display about your unit's strength, the other unit's strength, and some of the modifiers. But you don't get a lot of the little nitty-gritties that can happen. So what this does is it gives you a bar representing your survival odds, also retreat odds and defeat odds, basically as a percentage, and then breaks down how much experience you could potentially gain, and then can even do, depending on what settings you give it, because it can vary from high to low information settings, a display of what the actual outcome will be in the terms of remaining hit points for either winner. So if your remaining hit points if you win, and the opponent's remaining hit points if they win. So it gives you every possible breakdown of what's going to happen in combat.
The odds bar you were mentioning before has green, yellow, and red in it to kind of help you judge. Like the attack he shows here, I would go ahead with that attack, It's not too bad right there. And what I want to know, if you have a catapult, would it just be yellow and red, since you can't win a battle anymore with a catapult?
I would guess so, but that's a good question, whether it takes that into account. Basically, catapults have special rules that govern them. So,
Look at the post number 2, and it shows the various levels of detail.
Yep.
And then you've got the everything detail, which has, I don't even know what all this is.
Right? Yeah, it's a page that would practically cover the whole left side of your screen. So you got survival odds for each of you, the bar, victory percentages, retreat percentages, and then every possible outcome in combat with its own little bar representative of its total portion of combat, with its own separate percentage and the remaining hit points for you.
Yeah, the likelihood that will be the outcome, I guess. That's what that is.
Because combat works by basically having applying hits to the units that take away their hit points progressively, and it only takes about 4 or 5 of these hits to kill the unit. Now, the amount of HP you actually lose on each hit is determined by your strength ratios. So, say your unit starts with 100 hit points, and each hit is like, say, 20 HP. So you go from 100 to 80 to 60 to 40. So your damage is not going to be random anywhere within that range. It can only fall upon certain points,
Well, let me ask you this. Let's say you take 80-point hit. You take a 20-point hit. You go from 100 to 80. And then it's your turn to hit them. Now, do you hit them with a 80% strength hit of your own, so it's like diminishing returns as you get closer to death?
No, I don't think it changes that. It determines how big the hits are going to be right at the beginning, based on your relative strength. So if my unit is like twice as strong as yours, then my hits are proportionally twice as bad on you. You would hit me for 10%, I'd hit you for 20%. So it would only take me like 5 hits to kill you, and it would take you 10 hits to kill me. And each hit is basically a random dice roll. So it's like flip coin, one of them hits the other. Unless I have first strikes, in which case I get to pummel you first 4 or 5 times, and only then do we actually start doing the coin flips to determine who's going to hit who.
I'm sure everyone who plays Civilization ever attack a spearman with a tank and somehow lose. This will help you with that a little bit.
What? I never heard of this. What is this about?
Yeah, it's that thing that makes people go, damn civilization crap. That's the sound I usually make. When you have like, okay,
Yeah.
who's at 95% chance of winning and then lose? You know?
Well, 95% is actually not that much. That's kind of the problem. That means you still lose 1 in 20 battles.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, you see, the problem is people don't think...
In a large war, I mean, that's not all that
people
much.
don't realize that when you do a whole bunch of events that have a small probability of, say, 5% of something happening, it's going to happen eventually.
Oh, I know.
If
But
you do 100 combats that each have a 5% chance of losing them, you're going to lose units.
Yeah.
But people are always, oh, it's only a 95% chance. How could it possibly happen? It's people just don't understand statistics.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I know it's a perceptual glitch, and I understand statistics, but it's still, that doesn't make it not piss you off. So this is a great piece of code. It's going to find a home in lots of kitchen sink mods, I think.
Yeah.
And it could find a home in your normal Beyond the Sword. And PieceOfMind, looks like he's been here for a good time. He's got, a Civ 1 Phalanx with the maximum first strike promotion as his avatar.
As his avatar, yes.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one.
Don't mess with that unit.
Yeah. Now, speaking of annoying combat results, does anyone ever play Panzer General? And you're like, oh, I'm going to attack this infantry in the city with my tank. And it's like, oh, shit, rugged defense. Tank takes down to 1 damage. So Civ 4 has nothing on Panzer General in the, oh, shit, combat result. Because those rugged defenses are just brutal.
The aggravation department.
That's why you have to use artillery. Lower their entrenchment.
Never let a unit sneak past you. You'll always know what your odds are.
Yes, this mod will make you better at Civ.
Even if you suck at Civ, like John Archer.
What?
What? Were you asleep, John?
No. I've been listening very carefully at that. I was just thinking you're walking down the street and you want to punch someone up and you think, wait a minute, where's the HUD so I can see what the combat odds are going to be?
Dude, right there. A real-world application.
Yeah, it's like, oh, use your scanner. His power level is over 5,000.
You swing at him, he punches you, and you're all, I withdraw. Withdrawal chances are high.
No, only the attacker withdraws, Tony.
In the Cartography Room, we talk about maps and simple scenarios.
I just tell you right now that, we are all pretty thick in our nerddom, Some of us a little fat too, so we might need to eat a little sugar to stay awake.
Is this going somewhere, Tony?
Have you seen the movie Mall Cop with this fat guy who runs around the mall?
No, I don't watch stupid movies like that. I barely even watch the good movies. I definitely do not watch the stupid ones.
It was pretty stupid, but it cracked me up because he would be doing something vigorous, but he would be hypoglycemic. So that means he needs sugar to keep going. So he'd be doing it, he'd pass out, and then he'd have to eat like a pixie stick. Like before he got into any action sequence, he'd rip open a pixie stick and eat it.
Okay. That's so clever.
Damn.
I hear the movie was ridiculously successful just because it was the only stupid movie during the summer. It's like, oh, all these other serious movies came out, but there was only one stupid movie. It's like, you can actually succeed just by being the stupidest movie at the time.
I'll tell you this.
Season,
The first half, like with most stupid movies, the first half is funny and great until you get the plot resolution half where you're like, okay, now we made this plot, now we have to resolve it, and everyone, he gets the girl.
This movie has a plot?
Yeah. Well, no, that's the bad thing about this kind of movie.
The semblance of a plot, or just they have to have some more conflict-based thing at the end.
Yeah, the protagonist, and then he has to get the girl.
The redeeming portion where the stupid, idiotic, character actually does something good. After just, bumbling through the first half of the movie.
I don't know that would qualify as plot, but that's just dribble in my book.
You know what I hate about comedies that do that? It's like, you got a great comedy, and then you have to do the unfunny plot resolution part where you just finished watching this ridiculous stupidness, and now you've got to go along with the growth of this retard.
Why do you have to? Monty Python movies never had.
My wife made me sit on the couch with her and watch it, so I was kind of half asleep. But, you know, a movie that has a plot resolution that's hilarious to the whole movie. If you haven't seen it, it's called Superbad.
Okay, I think we're getting off
That
topic
movie's
here.
funny.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I think you're getting off topic. Get off topic. We have plenty of time today, and you know, with that movie, conversation brings us right on in to the Cartography Room, which makes perfect sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Makes perfect sense for us to get back on topic after going off topic, if that's what you mean.
You're off topic, Ken.
Oh boy.
What? Huh?
So we have what's this you picked out for us, Wouter?
I'm not off topic. You're off
Let's not
topic.
go there.
Is that what you wanted me to say?
Yeah, this is Across the Atlantic by Morholt, or Across the Atlantic 1526 to use the official full name. It's sort of an interesting scenario, sort of similar to Colonization, I guess. It's about colonizing the New World from Europe. And it's an interesting scenario. He sort of basically just made a WBS file, didn't make any XML changes or anything like that. Which, usually doesn't work out too great because your options are just so limited. But in this context, it works relatively well. It's kind of silly with the religions. You have like Taoism representing Protestantism or something silly like that. But for the rest, the units make a decent amount of sense.
so-
With WBS, you can change the civs. So it has like the Scottish and the Swedish and stuff like that. It's a largish map, but not a lot of space in Europe. So you can get either fight a lot of very close quarters land battles, or you get some ships going and sail to the New World, where there's a lot of room.
Get out of Dodge. The map is a little bit deformed. I'm noticing, I kept seeing the Great Lakes are pretty freaking huge in this map. Like the Great Lakes seems to touch the top of Alabama.
The Great what?
Oh, okay.
The only problem, I thought at first that he had done that so that the Great Lakes would be playable, but they're not. They're not playable. You can't bring ocean ships into the Great Lakes. So my first criticism would be to break some of those land bridges and allow ocean-going ships into the Great Lakes.
That doesn't really make sense. That's not historically accurate.
You can't get a boat into the Great Lakes?
Well, not until they build locks, I don't think.
Exactly. Not without modern technology.
Alright, well, there goes all my fun. Alright, but still, this mod looks good.
You can go up the St. Lawrence Seaway quite a bit, and that's how people did reach Canada for a ways.
Great thing about the Cartography Room and these kind of scenarios, you don't have an assets folder, you don't have glitches and, loading of
Yep, it's a really simple scenario, but it's still a fair amount of fun to play. Of course, I always like this era. I mean, Age of Discovery 1 by Dale was also basically the same topic, although you think it had less of Europe and more of South America.
Yeah.
And a little bit of Africa, I believe. Actually, the first version I think didn't have Africa. It's a very interesting, it has a lot of Europe, and that sort of makes it unique for colonization scenarios as far as I know. I mean, you can play as the Polish, and they weren't exactly known for being the great colonizers of the New World.
You change how it went.
No.
You know what else is great about these these World Builder save scenarios? Is if you're running one of those mods, for instance, like Dale's Combat mod, or a mod that throws all of those modules together to make your normal game fun, you can basically almost make your own mod, you know what I mean? With just the map file.
When you can easily combine this with any other mod, that's definitely the case.
So, a lot of fun. Wouter, did you play this one already?
I only did a little bit and didn't have a lot of time, unfortunately, so only played around it just a little bit. Yeah, but it looked fun. It's a huge, big-ass ocean in the middle. Annoying to have to sail across, but I guess that's historically accurate.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
I always felt that the civilization really has a trouble accurately representing the speed at which water units are able to travel. Because it would take, the amount of time it takes for you to sail across is just like, it's 10 years and we've gotten to the New World. And let's unload our units and then spend 10 years sailing back. So
Yeah. That's you're right there. You're hitting on some of the major problems with Civ 4. And I remember right before Civ 4 came out, everyone was bitching about the railroads. Because for anyone who doesn't know, Civ 3 railroads are 0 movement points to move.
Yeah.
So you can actually move across the entire world with them. Now, that's great for battle. Sucks for automated units, because I've seen units get quite confused on those railroads and just get in the infinite move loop. That awkward silence means none of you have played Civ 3.
Yes, I've played the Conquest.
Noted.
I played it, but I didn't care for it.
I played Civ 3 Conquest, which is actually quite good.
But yeah, Civ 1 and Civ 2 had the same issue.
Never touched it.
I actually have it here. I have a copy of Civilization Chronicles, but I haven't touched Civ 3 discs yet.
And probably never will.
No, probably not. Unless I get really, really, really bored.
I was going to say, the best thing for Civ 3 would be a computer that absolutely will not run 3D at all, like a Celeron netbook. I think Civ 3 would be good.
And then Civ 2 is still better.
Yeah, you do have a point. You might as well just play Civ 2. I don't know, but anyways, great scenario. Let's see more.
Great, it's entertaining. I wouldn't say great. I mean, I've played better scenarios, but it's fun.
Well,
It's one of the better, probably the best WBS only scenario I've played. But yeah, WBS only is putting a big restriction on what you can do.
mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't call it great, but it's entertaining.
I wouldn't call it so much a restriction as it is a challenge for a creative map editor. You know, a person who wants to make a good scenario with what Civ offers. So I think there's a lot you can do with there, a lot of creativity.
I think WPS plus XML you can do a lot with. WPS on its own is just a little bit too limited.
Well, see, once you get the WBS plus XML, then you're going to get into, well, I want to add this unit. Now you're into art assets.
Oh, I mean, even if you say I'm sticking with the default art, there's a lot of art, especially if you add BTS and Warlords and all the scenarios in there. You can do a lot with that. But at least allow yourself the chance to add some new units, some era-specific units with at least appropriate names and stuff like that. Unique units that actually make sense. That sort of stuff.
Well, thank goodness for the ethnically diverse units mod, because that really helped out these.
Yeah, that goes a long way.
That does go a long way. And if you have any more questions, go to www.woutersmells.com.
Okay.
Modding Spotlight, where we discuss and examine a particular mod out of the Civ 4 community. Well, we've got a couple little mods.
We have a modder spotlight without a modder.
Of course, why not? Who needs a modder? Oh wait, we do. All right. Well, I believe who suggested this one, the blue mod for colonization. Might have been Dale or something. I don't know. Interesting mod. It has new artwork added to the colonization game. Kind of like ethnically diverse units a little bit.
Indeed. I'd always been hoping that they would have done something like this during colonization, but the main reason colonization doesn't have ethnically diverse units is just they used up all the disk space.
Well,
they couldn't go to 2 disks.
You Luddite Americans in your CDs.
Oh, wait. Is colonization? Colonization isn't on DVD?
Where everything's on DVDs now in Europe?
No, it's on CD. In the US, it's still sold on CDs.
No.
In America, all of the Civ 4 games have been sold on DVD.
That's nuts.
Well, they had CD and DVD options. You know, it was like get one DVD or multiple CDs. And I agree. It is eventually going to be, everything's going to be on DVD. But it's just a matter of size.
In Europe, everything has been on DVD for some time already.
Well, you know what I wish on you Europeans? I wish.
Yeah, I know.
I wish Blu-ray upon you. I hope you all have to buy fucking Blu-ray soon.
You sophisticated Europeans and your DVDs.
I think I already have.
They probably completely avoided that format war.
Tony, I've already got a Blu-ray player, mate.
Well, you all can go to hell, because also, I'm not only going to be the last person in the world to install Windows 7, but I'm the last motherfucker to play a Blu-ray movie on anything.
Who needs Blu-ray movies? I need the discs.
Oh.
How many gigs?
40.
Something like 200.
Wow, that was
crazy.
40.
That's a DVD. No, DVD is 4. Yeah, I think it's 40 or something like that.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah,
but anyways, we've got a great looking mod here. It looks like it's just going to add a little bit more replay value to colonization, which was what my main problem with colonization was. I mean, the game is breathtaking, fun, difficult, and challenging. But once you beat it a couple times, you're kind of like, I'm gonna not play it. I'll play a Civ 4 mod instead. But, with some great mods like this, you're gonna get the replay value back into Colonization.
Well, in terms of actual gameplay, it doesn't change too much.
Well,
Mostly
I would
graphics.
say it's mostly...
It looks like we also have a map script.
Yeah, it's mostly a graphics, If you like graphics and graphics give you replay value, then hey, have at it. But most people wouldn't consider
It's
that
nice to have.
replay value.
Yeah, it doesn't make the game more replayable than it already is, or isn't in this case. Yeah, it does add gold as a resource. That's sort of interesting to see, I guess.
Oh.
And it adds the Mayan civilization.
Oh.
But yeah, those are fairly minor tweaks, and then, like you said, Tony, a tweaked version of the fair weather map script.
Mm-hmm. That's not bad.
And not.
Oh, and it does include the blood mod, which we're all going to
Ooh, it's
cheer.
blood mod. Where I want to see some blood. Where's the blood?
Which, as everyone recalls, we'll go down and click the link for blood mod, and you'll see blood splatter. There's a Dutch soldier shooting apparently an Apache warrior.
Let's see.
And it's quite bloody.
I'm looking for it. I want to see it. I want to see blood everywhere.
Hold on, I'll give you the link here, Tony.
I'm freaking smack-tarded.
There. Woohoo! Yeah, but those of you who remember, the blood mod basically has a blood explosion cloud every time someone gets hit with a bullet. It's like totally anime-esque. It's like just explode into blood.
Like the big juicy watermelons. And this mod, interesting. He's got some more things he wants to do. He wants to do some more unit art. And at one point, he's making an interesting suggestion. More variety in unit faces. Too many soldiers have the same face.
Yeah, that is a good point. Now, he also provides a link here to, I guess, his source inspiration for the Dutch unit. So, Roddy, you'll have to tell us the historical accuracy here. It's called Night Watch by Rembrandt. And it's got all these Dutch folks parading around in military uniform with the ginormous collary things and the hats and the puffy, fluffy things.
Extremely famous painting by Rembrandt.
Okay, so is that what...
I'm surprised you apparently don't it.
Well...
We're American, we don't care.
I don't see the...
But is that what Dutch people actually looked like in that time period?
It's portraits, probably. I know what the painting looks like. I didn't see a link on the post, but yeah.
I said it's on the... It's in the form. I wrote it down right there.
Oh, yeah, I got it here. I see it now.
Yeah, it's a whole group of people. It's not really just a portrait.
Are they all wearing clogs? I can't tell.
Yeah, it's a portrait of basically a group of watchmen, basically. Not as in the American version of Watchmen, but...
No, I can't see any of them wearing any clogs. They look like regular shoes.
Actually, they look like ridiculously high boots with big flared tops and...
Yeah, if you're in the military, clogs are probably not the type of attire you want to wear.
It's not good for the sneaking up,
It's kind of awkward on the battlefield.
No. I can imagine I'm doing the night watchman thing. Clunk, 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 clunk. It's like I can't really catch people doing that, can I?
You can kick them real good with the clog.
Okay.
I see the link is actually only on the CFC version of the page. I was actually looking on the WePlayCiv page. Because it's hosted on WePlayCiv.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I like this mod already.
See, there you go. We're all friends now. And speaking of stuff that are hosted only on WePlayCiv, but that brings us right into our next topic, which is a Planetfall update for everyone. If you read the link I sent you, he says it's an unofficial patch, and he says, don't tell anyone on CFC, wink, wink. Which I thought was funny. But I actually been playing this mod for a couple weeks, the Planetfall mod, which we covered a few months ago. I mean, a lot of modcasters, we just overview mods and don't play them too heavily. Now, that's not the case for every mod. Planetfall is a really you must play that game. It is great.
Yeah, I still play original Smack, though, every once in a while when I'm in the mood. And I have my own mod that I made for Smack ages ago that is what I play. So, I'm not sure if I'll get into Planetfall myself.
I recommend it.
I really do appreciate the effort that Maniac has put into making it.
I strongly recommend you play Planetfall, Ken. Wait till you see, the thing that jumped out at me right away is how he redid terrain. He's got that rainy, arid, rocky, subterranes all over that map. He's even got canyons that you can't cross, which is awesome. And, there's elevations, like higher levels that you have to take unusual movement routes to get around. Almost completely finished with his artwork. He's got the mind worms, everything. Like, really, you have to play this. In fact, if you were asking me, I would say it adds more than just original Smack. That's just me.
Yeah, I know he's incorporated a lot of the Civ 4 gameplay elements, like great people and espionage and things like this. So it's not just a clone of original
It's not
Smack.
at all a clone.
It's really a fusion of Civ 4 and Smack.
I wouldn't even say that. I would say it is a Smack-inspired Civ 4 total conversion. And yeah, I'd say the main key difference with Planetfall and Smack is you don't build the units from scratch. In Smack, if those who don't know, you would get, for instance, like...
Unit Workshop.
You'd have a unit workshop. You'd get a rover technology, build a rover, and put whatever your latest gun is on that. But the pain in the ass about that is you'd have, 50 obsolete
Tony,
units.
There were like a dozen reasons why that system sucks, and that's why Firaxis never re-implemented it. Literally, at Firaxis, there was like, oh, that was the shame of Firaxis, the unit workshop. It's like, that was such a bad idea. It's like,
Really? Unit workshops, not Civ 3?
well, they
What is this Civ 3 you speak of? It goes from Civ 2 to Civ 4.
they did want to do, I think, in Civ Rev, they wanted to have something where units could get a little bit of the promotions and then show the promotions on the unit, so they would look different, which was one of the big things that sucked about the workshop, is that units did not look unique. It was like, oh, that little green gun pointing out of the tip of that unit is purple rather than green. That means it only has an attack power of 3 rather than 7. It's like, oh, shoot, I just got my unit killed, when I thought it was something else.
If you look through the Beyond the Sword, and I don't know if this has been fully implemented, but they have some XML in there for changing the way your unit appears through promotions or whatnot. Like, I don't know if Kiehl implemented it finally or not, but I remember that was at least partially implemented.
Yeah, I do have to say, I haven't looked at Planetfall in a while. The graphics are really good. It looks awesome. Don't know what the gameplay is like, but I'll definitely have to give that a try one of these days.
Yeah, so you might as well
gameplay is extremely tough.
Might as well actually tell us some about what's in this patch. You've gone and mentioned it.
This specific patch added an option, the generating of a custom game, to turn off his starting locations the way he had done it. He had done it so the start locations are all clumped together, so you're basically you're going to be immediately around people. There's a checkbox there. You can put it to normal Civ start locations to have a more spread out game, and there might even be a new patch after this since it's been a couple weeks. But yeah, definitely it's a good mod to revisit. Definitely, and so far as I didn't see a single bit of graphics that weren't finished or implemented. And if you haven't seen the interface he did yet, the interface is probably one of the most detailed interface redos I've seen.
Oh, is it a complete rebuild, not just a reskinning? Is that it?
I don't know if it's a complete rebuild, but it's definitely he redid all the panels, all the buttons, everything.
Oh wow, I actually see that just today Maniac released a new version of Planetfall, version 10.
Oh, wait, version V10?
Yeah, V10. I think the update you posted is even for version 8, but yeah, we're at version 10 now, and a very large changelog. Let's see. If you just look at the full thread, you post the link to a single post. If you load the full thread and go to the end of page 2, then you should see a new version.
At the end of page 2?
Yeah, I guess it depends on what your page setting is. For me, it's the end of page 2. Yeah, for me, it's 9 in the evening, so about 2 hours ago, actually.
Well, that's
okay. Are we talking on the We Play Civ thread
Yeah.
here? Because
of course,
We Play Civ.
Oh, okay.
Hosted exclusively on WePlayCiv.com.
WePlayCiv.com. Your Civ, your choice. How's that?
Well, we actually haven't decided yet on our motto, so.
Well, that's a good motto. Your Civ, your choice.
It could be.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
I
pulsing
see.
on my ass.
But the graphics look really good on some of the new graphics for version 10.
I see this plane here he's got. That's definitely from Earth Above and Beyond. I remember that thing.
Yeah, that looked vaguely familiar.
Yeah, I had acquired that series, but I didn't watch it. It was weird. Oh, that's a little-known series.
Yeah, it was basically like Marines in space, a.k.a. Space Marines.
Yeah.
I think it only went for one season.
Yeah, it was pretty short. It had some pretty cool aliens in it, though. They were all very mysterious and menacing.
Oh yeah, and Planetfall. You can build cities on the ocean. You can do stuff like that. Although, as far as last time I played, you can't. I don't think there's any graphics for cities on the ocean yet. So.
Well, don't you just use those domes?
No. When I played, when you
Civ
build
4.
a city, it just says the city, shows the unit, but no buildings, no dome.
Oh, I see. Your units can now switch graphics by picking certain promotions. We actually just talked about that, so it's implemented now.
Oh, he actually did do it. That's awesome.
Thanks to Kiehl test, so yeah.
Does that mean now? My question is: does it completely switch the NIF file?
I really don't know.
Or does it go to a whole new unit?
It just does the same thing, I imagine, that the unique units system did, that the culturally diverse unit does. It's going to the unit instance and then forking to a different promotion, to a different set of art assets based on unit information. In this case, it's just taking a promotion into account, whereas with culturally diverse unit, it just says who the parent civ is. That's all the difference is.
That means your assets folder is going to be huge.
Yeah, this sounds like it's a pretty mature mod by now. The last time I played it, which was a while ago, I have to say, it looked like it still had a lot of work to do. But this is
that's why I recommend it.
This is looking pretty mature. I definitely want to give this a try. Maybe even tonight after we record. We'll see.
Yeah, it'll definitely eat up your time. I was playing it on Noble and having trouble keeping up with the AIs. It's a tough game. But it's cool. The game a lot of artwork from the best artists on there.
Yeah, nice little mech unit he's got in there too.
Yep.
I didn't even get that far
as well. Just all the graphics that he shows off look really good, I have to say.
And this infantry, he's got like a flamethrower to like shoot the mind worms with, and he's got this protective suit on, so it looks like this, fireman. But instead of putting out fires, he lights things on fire. It's like the fireman from 451.
So if you missed Planetfall last time we covered it, I just felt like putting it back in today because from the day that Maniac came on to now, the mod is just exploded. Yeah. And what's this picture he's got for his avatar, Maniac?
Yeah, that's.
Are you seeing this
weird.
Androgynous person?
This weird Transcendi looking thing?
Yeah.
I see this mod has been featured on Troy Goodfellow's blog as well. He's sort of a semi-well-known gaming journalist. So he's getting some exposure. That's good to see.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Especially since, Smack is indefinitely in limbo.
Yeah, no, Smack's not coming back, unfortunately. I really don't see that happening. The rights are just split between so many different entities.
I mean, imagine if they thought they could make money, they could figure something out, but, yeah. Who knows? But till then, till that future date, download this mod. It definitely catches the feel of Smack, but it is not a clone. It is its whole game. But I still don't get this avatar Maniac's got. It's like, as I said, it was like an androgynous person, which reminded me last night I was watching Star Trek The Next Generation, Season 5, and there's this episode where these androgynous people have no sex, no difference between their sex, and then Riker, man, he won't stop. He's like, androgynous? So what sex do you think you are? Riker will find out.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. And then Riker falls in love with one of them. Yeah.
Call in today. In North America, the number is 301-637-7659. That's 301-637-POLY. In Europe, 44121-288-7659. That's 44121-288-POLY. You can Skype us at The PolyCast or email us at thepolycast@gmail.com.
The only thing worse than being talked about is not being talked about.
For more information on ModCast,
RevCast, or
PolyCast, or about PolyCast in general, log on to the series' official website at thepolycast.net.
Well, I just wanted to give a very special. There's an upcoming special edition of ModCast, and it's going to feature a very special one-on-one interview with Dale.
Oh, and isn't this going to be a video cast, right?
Yes, this will be our very first video cast version.
Don't expect our show to be converting to video anytime soon, though.
I think.
This is a special one-on-one edition.
You know, if you think Wouter sounds bad, wait till you see a picture of him.
Yeah.
You're just going to turn your stomach. It's going to make you barf into your clogs.
Exactly.
If you're a female,
I agree.
you're going to switch sex. You're going to become a male to get away from him.
He'd be alright in the South America in the Mardi Gras float.
Wouter has to take 3 pills of Viagra just to get up in the morning.
Okay.
All right. Sorry, Wouter. That was heartless.
Yeah.
Now, how long have we been on the show? Like, are we nearing our 1.5 year mark here in a minute? I don't know. It's been for a while.
I guess we started at what was it, January? So yeah, July is the halfway mark, I guess.
Wow. Well, if you look at our pilot was in December, so we are at the 1.5 year mark.
Yeah, that didn't air up, thankfully.
Actually, I want to air the pilot someday. That would be cute.
Yeah, someday. We could take a day off or a week off.
Yeah. Unlike the week we took off recently and the other week.
Yeah. If we thought of that, we could have released it then, but yeah.
Yeah, so we're sorry, listeners. Or listener, I don't know how many we have.
4 listeners.
Is that how much we have left, John?
Yeah, I think so.
Now, John, what I'm afraid of is that...
Okay, so that's the 4 of us then?
I don't listen to it.
Well, Dan listened, so...
Oh, I guess Dan counts. He listens just to make sure I don't make fun of Christopher Reeves or cuss profusely.
Which you do anyway.
Yeah. On both counts.
Or he makes sure that I don't get the guitar out to play a certain song called Wanking with Jesus.
What? Now, yeah, that's all going to, yeah. You know what? I've decided that...
All going to get edited out?
Yeah, I'm going to leave that in here because I'm just going to have that as my proof. Case in point that John is the most gay modcaster around. like you called pretty much everyone gay but yourself. So that kind of tells me...
Objection!
Well, just for that, Tony, I have something special for you. Are you ready?
All right.
1, 2, 3. Wanking with Jesus too.
No, yeah. You know what? No Christs were harmed or wanked in the making of this episode. Don't listen to John Archer if you know what's good for you. Today we have been joined with John, wanking with Jesus Archer.
See you later, everyone.
Kenneth, I think John's gay. Ferland.
Wait, are we still recording?
But Ken is gay, isn't he? I thought Ken was the one that was gay.
And Wouter, still in the closet, Snijders.
Bye.
And me, Tony, I smell like Teen Spirit Kiehl. I will see you guys in a couple weeks. Goodbye.
You smell, but not like Teen Spirit.
Record date, May 31st, 2009. Civilization 4, Warlords Beyond the Sword sound clips, copyright Take-Two Interactive. Copyright 2009, Civilized Communications at civcom.net.